Last video we worked on custom blocks. So we want to have a test in here with some test information and store that. So what we're really looking forward to here is rendering this custom block. Because if we head into our hero block resources in the filament component here, you can see that there's absolutely nothing going on in here at all. So we can essentially go ahead and add in a class in here for some information. Let's check what we have actually got rendered out here, because you will see this is not exactly working as expected. So what I want to do now is I want to head into our article model, and in this we want to implement has rich content, and we're going to be adding in a method stub here. So you can see this has generated a few methods here. Now the one we actually need is the ability to render the correct content in here. So let's take a look at that. So what we have in here is interact with rich content we need to implement in the use up here. We can actually get rid of these, and we will take a look at what exactly we need here. So I'm going to have a public function set up rich content, and this is going to be void. And then in here, we're going to have this register rich content, in this case, body, use custom block, sorry. And in here, we're going to have hero block, and we're going to go into our page where we render the rich content. And we're also going to just check in here. So it's stored in the database. That's great. What I want to do now, instead of having this call in here, we have the content, and what we can do is we can have this content rendered out in here. So if we look in here, we have record content in this case. So if we just output the content, let's see what we get. We don't get anything. So if you look back up here, what we could obviously use this article body. And what you will see is we can use render rich content instead. There we go. Now we have this rendered up here. We need to make the merger tags though work. So what we did previously was we had in our article form, and inside here we had these two merger tags. So let's see what they are. Name and today. So if we go back into our article, the PHP file, we can have in merger tags. And we're going to have today in here. And we're going to have as well the name. And we're going to have auth. Actually, so no, I'm not going to have, well, we could say our current name if you wanted to. The only difference is here, obviously, you have to have guests if we don't have that. But then you could personalize something, for example. And that now essentially renders this out. Obviously, this tailwind won't work. The reasoning being is that in this case, we don't have anything rendered in on the HTML page here. So that's why. But we will set that up as well in the next video.